In this video, we are going to go over how to close more sales. Now, and just to be a little bit more general, any type of life insurance is really our market, but especially final expense, and you can even apply the techniques that we're about to go over to like anything in the senior market, Medicare, Medicare Advantage plans, anything like that. And right off the bat, if you'll stick around until the end of this video, you're going to be able to get a copy of the last will kit that I share with all of my clients, and this thing can be used to build rapport. I've seen agents use it to get in the front door, all kinds of things. But it's just a wonderful item. I personally like to leave it with every person that I sell. That way they can actually create their own last will and testament. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll the intro. One of the first pieces of advice that I have to give everybody if you're new to any type of sales, I don't even care, real estate, whatever it is. Shoot, you know what? Probably especially real estate. But no matter what it is, if it's life insurance or health insurance related or Medicare Advantage or whatever, is time on the rail. Time on the rail is a technique that I learned from an old friend of mine, Marty, who I used to go fishing with. We actually did some commercial fishing back in the day. And one of the things that he would always give me a hard time was if I reeled in the line and I didn't drop it back out, or let's say I went to go get a sandwich or anything, he would be like, T-O-R, Doug, T-O-R, time on the rail. Here's what I'm getting at. The more time you spend making your sales presentation, the better. When you're new, you can't overstay your welcome. And I'll even go one step further and say, especially if you make the sale, the last thing you want is to kind of run out of there. Big mistake. And a lot of agents do it. My suggestion is whether you're selling, it doesn't matter, any type of, anything in the senior market or any type of life insurance or annuity, spend time when you're done just talking about anything, at least 5 or 10 minutes, anything with your client. This is going to help you to retain your business, to solidify your sale, to let the client feel more comfortable about you once you've left. And if you will, please give this video a big old thumbs up. We're putting out new content all the time, and subscribe with the notifications turned on. That way you'll actually be notified every time we put out a new video here on Final Expense Trainer. Another item that I like to use to help me to close more sales is the I am your policy. Now, the way I use it, let me just say, I think that a lot of agents use it different ways based on what their goal is. If you're just leaving it with the client when you sell them something or on a policy delivery, that's not going to really do anything for you. I use it to help me to close the sale in one way. Remember, everything I do in my presentation, for those of you who've watched my videos, and please, if you're new to selling final expense or life insurance products, I'll try to link it right here, Advanced Training. This playlist has videos that cover everything. But the time that I like to use, I am your policy, is when I'm actually pricing out the options. So this isn't something you'll really use if you're doing like Medicare or health or something like that, but it's a great tool to use if you're selling any type of life insurance product. And basically the idea is, and I'll show you what I do, let's see if the camera will automatically zoom in on it, is, nope, yes, no, maybe. There we go, is I will laminate it, hand it to the client and say, do me a favor, grab your glasses. I need you guys to read this real quick. That way, while I'm doing the pricing, while I'm figuring out which carrier to use, while I'm doing the field underwriting, it's giving them something to read that'll take maybe a couple of minutes, the most. Meanwhile, instead of walking around and doing something else and getting out of the suggestive mode that my presentation is putting them in, we don't want that. We want them to stick with what's working. See, by this time I've already gotten them into yes mode. And I'm using neuro-linguistics programming techniques to keep them on target, to keep them concentrating on what I'm saying, to keep them paying attention. So we don't want them walking away. I Am Your Policy, great tool for that. And for final expense, I also, on the back, because I laminate it, on the back it is the 8 reasons concerned seniors purchase final expense plans. If you'd like a copy of both of these, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you exactly how you can obtain these for yourself. That way you can laminate them and do exactly what I do. You want to know how to close more sales? You do not give up on a lead until, to me, if I'm calling a set appointment and the client is like, no, nobody comes to my house. If you can't do this over the phone, I'm just not interested. I'm still going to go out to their house because I am not going to give up on that lead. I'm not going to go, oh, they're not interested. Or better yet, I've already got 5 life insurance policies. I don't need any more. You don't need to come over here. Look, that lead, they filled out that card for a reason, and you're going to be surprised, especially if they got a bunch of insurance policies. A lot of times they'll have 5 policies that they bought over the past few years, or even maybe 1 or 2 that they recently purchased. Now you're going to be able to give them a better deal and possibly give them cash back, stuff like that. They love that. That's going to help you to close more sales. When I door knock a lead, if they chase me away and get rid of me, okay, that's when the lead is kind of gone. But to me, really, there's only 2 situations where I'm going to give up on a lead. One, like I said, I door knock and I'm done. They chase me away. They've gotten rid of me. Or 2, they've thrown me out of the house. I'll even give you a third one. This is the one we want: when they buy. And guys, whether you're new to our channel or you have been selling insurance for years or been watching me for years, please, I love to hear from you guys. If you think the information I'm giving you is great, great. Throw me a thumbs up. But most important, leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. If you think I'm full of it, give me a thumbs down and write a comment. Doug, this is horse malar. I don't care. I love to hear what you guys have to say. When I make a sales presentation, and you should be doing this every single time, when you make your life insurance or final expense presentation and you've spent time with the client, you've done the time, and at the end of the day, they're just not buying, you need to get references. Here's another giveaway. The agent evaluation page. This thing is awesome. And what it actually does, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you how to get it. What you can actually do is if you're done, you haven't sold, or you have sold, especially if you have sold, but really, no, let me take that back. Especially if you do not sell, you have nothing to lose. You need to ask these people to fill it out, because the way it starts is it asks a couple questions. Did the agent explain everything to you? Was he courteous? And then it asks, would you give references? Would you refer him to your friends or family? So they're going to say yes, because they want you to feel good about what you did. But that's when you turn it over and say, okay, great. Let's write down some names and phone numbers. Get references. You'd be surprised when you're doing this right. They will say, yeah, my sister, she needs this. Really? Where does she live? Well, she's over about 10 minutes from here. Do me a favor. Give her a call. Let her know I'm coming over right now. Bam. That's one more technique. And yeah, I've got tips. I got tips on closing sales coming out the wahoo. You want to know how to close more sales? Well, check this out. Direct mail leads. Fixed cost direct mail leads. If you're selling any type of life insurance product, especially if you're selling final expense, you need to get yourself committed to a fixed cost direct mail leads program. So what's fixed cost direct mail? So you're paying the same price for every single lead. You're not paying for a mail drop. You're not paying $500 for the company to drop mail and hope that you get back a bunch of leads so that your cost is down. You want to have a guaranteed fixed cost, because what happens is a lot of folks, they don't know better. They're doing these mail drops. They're paying $450 for a 1,000-piece mail drop, and they're getting back 10 leads, and they're paying $45 per lead. With a good fixed cost lead program like the one that our agents have access to, you're paying around $30 per lead guaranteed. I once, and I've talked about this in videos, I once dropped like 5,000 pieces in this one area I wanted to try, and the returns were so bad I ended up paying over $100 per lead. And at the end of the day, the area wasn't a really good area, which I learned the hard way, and I only made a few sales. Commit to weekly leads. And my suggestion is to get on at least 30 direct mail leads every single week to start with. Most agents will start with 20. Nothing wrong with that. But you want to move up to that 30 as soon as possible. That, of course, in itself is going to get you more sales. But really, if you end up being a producer, if you're the type of person who expects to sell at a high level, even 30 leads probably isn't going to do much for you. You may end up doing like what my wife and I did. At one point, between the two of us, we were working 60 to 80 leads a week. Here's another technique that I truly love, love, love. When you're going to an appointment or you're door knocking a lead, if you see a neighbor, do not be afraid to say something to them. A lot of times they're going to go, "Are you the insurance?" Like they know if you're looking legitimate, clean, nice dress, not overdressed, like an ID with your company logo and your picture on it, they're going to know that you're an insurance agent. They've been through this before. So when you approach them or you say hi to them when you're going in, and then when you come back out and approach them, they're going to be more open, especially if you just came out of your neighbor's house and they know their neighbor's house and they know the neighbor. They're going to be more open to speak with you. And that's when you can say, "Hey, I just helped your neighbors out with their special Social Security benefits for final expenses. Are you receiving Social Security or disability? Oh, you are? Man, I could probably do something really good for you and your family. Where can we sit down real quick?" Deliver all your policies. When you talk to a career agent that's been in the business for 30 years, they will tell you they deliver all their policies. I think not delivering the policies has become this lazy thing that some of our newer generations have fallen into. You have two really important reasons that you want to deliver your policies. One, you're locking in your sale. So that means when you lock in the sale and you go over everything with the client, they feel better about what they just did. Also, you'll find a lot of times that they're like, I can't afford this. I need to cancel it. They'll start with some of that. Now you've got a way to save the sale by lowering the price or the death benefit option. And again, locking in the sale. This is also the perfect time to ask for references, to get some of those referrals. The best references you're going to get in the world are going to come from your clients. You have a right to ask. They feel comfortable with you. They already know you. They're going to give you references. Ask. Don't be shy. At some point, if you are doing this right, you're going to need help with your business, and especially if you're doing Medicare Advantage sales or any type of Medicare related type of sale. But with final expense, I'll give you a little bit of my story. When we first got in the business, remember I told you, we started at 30, 40 leads and then ended up doing 80. Even there were times when we'd get over 100 leads in a week. I basically just told the people running the leads to just take the wheels off and throw us everything that comes in as they come in so that we can work them on our own. By increasing your leads and hiring an assistant, not an appointment setter. Okay, let me say that again. An assistant, someone who works with you and helps you is going to do exactly that. An appointment setter is going to take the low-hanging fruit, charge you $20 to $25 for an appointment, and at the end of the day, you're going to feel like you just got ripped off and probably won't stick with the appointment setter very long. By getting an assistant and teaching them how to do this for you, how to be like a partner for when you're in the field, and for them to help set more appointments, now you can see more people. The lazy thing that agents do is they mistake this for a way for them to do less. Recently, I had an agent, he's up to like 25 leads a week. To me, that's still kind of part-time. Maybe not even enough leads for some of us to even call to set appointments. But he was asking about an appointment setter. And I explained to him, you're going to get an appointment setter for 25 leads. You'll be lucky if they make 5 or 6 appointments for you. They're not going to be very good. They're going to charge you top dollar. They're not going to call through your leads 10 times a day like you do. So make sure you get an assistant when it's time to increase leads and make more sales so the assistant can help you do exactly that. There's a lot of places to find an assistant. Don't use Craigslist. That's the only place you do not want to go to look for an assistant. One of the best assistants you can probably get is someone you already know. Do the research, think about it. Who do I know that might be able to do this in my family or friends-wise? Somebody that you trust. That's going to be your best bet. It took me a while. I had to run through a few assistants, and really part of it was because I was using the assistant as an appointment setter. That was really how I was treating the situation. And I went through a few before I found someone who was actually pretty good and who would listen to me, who I could actually teach to do the business exactly the way that it works for us, exactly the way that we needed them to do it. The assistant's the way to go. You just got to not make the mistake and, hire the wrong person. Guys, that's it. I hope you all got something out of this. For a copy of all the sales material that I mentioned in this video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like some information on joining our insurance agents and being an independent agent, top contracts, full commissions, full renewals for the Medicare stuff, and with our Medicare platform, we actually do a lead credit where you'll get multiple leads for every Medicare Advantage sale that you make. Just email me at that same address. And hey, guys, our training platform is no joke. As far as I'm concerned, it's got to be the best in the nation. Remember, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. So get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.